told you guys, week 4, we are bringing in a special guest, the best of the best, the #1 sales trainer in the entire world, Daniel G. Drop some ones in chat for him, drop some emojis. Let's get this.
Let's go. Let's freaking go. All right. Are we ready to kick this off? You want to start, Ronnie? Are we good?
Yes, sir. The floor is yours, man. Tear it up.
Let's dive in. So how many people were able to see me live a couple months ago when we had the event? Anybody raise of hands or no? Nobody? No? Some people? Okay, some individuals. Yeah, I mean, if there was anybody there, maybe one person ever seen me live. So if nobody's ever seen me live, maybe you see me train sales. But I think if you guys don't know my history or my profession, I started in direct selling at 14 years old. I realized a very hardcore principle of money at the age of 15 that people aren't taught until they're like 30 years old. So I understood how freedom works, how money works, how a regular job works at a very young age. And why? Because when I first started my first direct sales job and I was knocking on doors making $500 to $1,000 on a weekend selling home services, by the second year when my manager came up to me, he's like, hey, do you want to keep working or do you want to make money? And when he hit me with that line, I always say this, and you guys heard me say this, where I'm like, well, what the heck do you mean? He's like, hey, until you can get somebody to do the job just as good or as better as you, you don't have freedom. So at 15 years old, I started building out an organization underneath me, right? So you guys all heard that before. So at 15, I started to really think I'm like, okay, how do I get somebody to do the job just as good or as better than me? Then you got time, right? My whole theory is always this. You could be in sales and think you broke the system, but if you still got to wake up and sell a client, then you really haven't broken the system. But you can also make $1 million and you think you cracked the code and you broke the system. But if you still got to wake up and sell a client, you technically still haven't broken the system. So in your guys' business, it's the only business probably in the world that pays you out on double residuals from a client side and a team aspect side. Like double. I always say, like, there's network marketing companies and there's sales companies. And then there's a company like your guys, which has a double commission structure because it's one from the client side, the other one from the team side. The question becomes this: how the heck do you grow and scale from a leadership perspective? How do you grow and scale a team that actually sticks with you and grows? Because most people, I'm going to give you guys my reality. I built cold hard killers when I was like already at 15. By 19, I got sold back into university or college in America. I was in Canada. By 19 and a half, I realized it was bullshit. I got back into sales. I did a sales gig in medical sales for 6 years. I did amazing. I left my last year when I was 24 at over $500,000 in commissions. I opened up my own business. At 25, this was about 7 years ago, I had my own business, my own office, and I'm starting to build an agency where people would give us their leads and we would sell their leads for them, and my salespeople were in-house. And guys, I slept in my office. Like, there was a couch. I slept in my office. Like an individual that I met at an event last month with you guys, right? Slept in the office, built it out. So I sleep in the office Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. By the way, at that time, and I'm not bragging, I'm just showing you guys, my income at that time was great. I had a great business. We were already at 6 figures a month. We were the only person running like a remote sales agency at the time. This was in 2017. I had a Lamborghini, a Bentley, and a Range Rover parked outside. I'm 25 years old at the time. All parked outside of my office. My cars, my reps are driving nice cars. I'm sleeping inside of my office. On social media, I start branding. I have like 10, 15,000 followers, and it starts growing every single month. So when I start branding my cars, because you break the mold for people to come in, right? I started going out at nighttime, Saturday night, found this lady one day, started dating her, and she thought I had this lifestyle where we're going to go out every single weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, go on vacations, blah, 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 because that's what social media looked like. But in reality, my toys were just a recruiting mechanism. I didn't even give a fuck. I don't even know what it was. Still today, I don't even know the engine inside of the Lamborghini. Didn't give a shit, quite frankly. Just if people seen that, oh, he makes money when he's young. Okay, cool. So, and that was the old days when you could buy a car and people were like, what the heck do you do, right? Now you can lease it for $2,000, $3,000. So, long story short, I start dating this chick. We're together. Week 1, we eat dinner inside the office. Week 2, I order in steak dinner inside of the office. I'm working. Week 3, same shit. Week 4, she's like, hey, stop lying to me, telling me to get ready. And then we just end up ordering takeout inside of your office. She's like, let's go out. I'm like, okay, let's go out for dinner. So we go for dinner. I already felt weird going out for dinner on a Friday night. That's how addicted I was to my business. Feeling weird to go out for a dinner Friday night. Then one day, she hits me with the, hey, okay, so like, I just want to let you know, like, we've done nothing fun. It's been 4 months. We haven't done nothing. We haven't traveled. We don't go out on like nice dates, blah, blah. She's like, I don't think this is going to work out. And I'm just thinking like, fuck, damn, I like this girl. So I said, well, what do you want to do? She's like, let's go take a vacation. I'm like, a vacation? I'm like, what do you mean a vacation? She's like, yeah, let's go take a vacation. I'm like, what do you mean? She's like, let's go to Mexico or something, like Cabos. I said, whoa, you mean out of Canada? I said, no. I said, okay, I'll take a vacation for 2-3 days, but not out of Canada. I'm like, that's too far. I'm not leaving this office. If I leave this office for more than 3 days, my guys, it's going to be like Wolf of Wall Street. It's going to be a shit show in here, right? I had a bunch of guys on telephone just like you guys have inside of the office. So we go to this west coast of Canada. It's called Windsor. We go stay at a beautiful resort. She said, no phones, no distractions, no business. I've never left my business in my life. I said, okay, yeah, it's fine, babe. Don't worry. Let's go enjoy ourselves, blah, blah. I call my business partner. I say, yo, D. He said, yeah. We had 2 offices at the time, about an hour away from each other. I said, listen, my guys and gals, I'm shipping them to your office for 7 days or 4 days. I'm going on vacation. They're not staying alone. He's like, yo, you good? I said, yeah, I'm fine, bro. I'm like, but they're just going to your office. They're not going to stay in the office alone. People are going to be smoking weed in the office. It's not happening. I don't know what the hell is going to happen. There's a point to this story, guys, by the way. You're going to see in a second. I'm not just talking shit to say a story. So he's like, okay, sure, man. I send off the guys to his office. We go on vacation. Friday, I'm like twitching to get on a live stream and to go look at the numbers of my business. Saturday, it feels weird to relax. Sunday, same shit, babe. How you doing? Oh, I'm doing great. Yeah, enjoying the vacation. I didn't give a shit. I just want to be back inside of my office. Monday rolls around. The first thing that I did, open up the laptop, check the numbers. On Fridays, we were always at a $300,000 to $400,000 in sales for all our clients. We went from $300,000 in sales on a Friday. I'll never forget this day. And that's why I knew I had a problem. To, I think it was 30,000. In one weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, we dropped by 90%. And I said, how do we make less than 270,000 when I'm not in there? Called my girlfriend at the time. Hey, babe, how are you? Good. Daniel, how you doing? Oh, I'm doing good. Hey, babe, let me save you some energy and time. Break up with me. Why? No, like actually break up with me. Like this relationship is never going to work out. You're beautiful. You're an amazing girlfriend. If you want, I can point you in the right direction. Stop selling me. No, but I'm serious. Break up with me. Why? I don't have a business. I'm poor, I'm broke, and I don't have freedom. So what do you mean? Break up with me. You know how I was sleeping on the floor? I'm going to sell that, or on the couch. I'm going to sell that fucking couch. I'm going to sleep on the floor. Why? Money is the biggest mask to most people thinking that they're successful because they got $1 inside of their bank account. And for me, I always went back to my first manager. He said, Daniel, you will always be poor inside of life. Yusuf told me this. He said, until you can get somebody to do the job just as good or as better as you. I realized that I don't have a freaking business. I had the money, I had the cars, and what I didn't have were the freaking people. And I said, what a failing business if you don't know how to build something called active plus passive income at the same time through your business, not through an investment, through a business. How? Why? Most people in life, team, if they take 5 days off of their work or business, their income drops. They don't have a business. You only have a real oiled engine machine when you can leave your business, and not when it stays the same, but it freaking increases without you being inside of the business. Until then, we don't have a business. We're poor, broke, busted, and disgusted. That's the way I see it. And there's systems that, guys, I travel a lot, but until my business, Daniel G, our organization, the Sales Dream HQ, and all our programs, until I can leave and it grows without me, I still don't got a business. And I had to come back for 2 months, build out all these systems like I'm doing right now. I'm in the office every single day, building out a sales team again with them. Team, that is the ultimate goal of business, that you can leave for a week, a month, a year, and your business can still grow without you being inside of the business. The question to ask yourself is, can I take 5 days off and my income still goes up? That's the ultimate win inside of life. Can I take 5 days off and my income goes up? If you know how to master that, you freaking won inside of business. Why? Because the number one word I think as a great leader is something called insignificance. Thank God for sales, because that's gibberish. Insignificance, not significance. So look. Everybody here, by the way, is already a leader. You might not even know it. But I have to talk to you guys about freeing up your time for a second. Insignificance means this. And when I said everybody here is a leader and you don't know it, you guys already are leaders. Sales is a form of and the highest act of leadership, okay? It's the highest act of leadership. It's actually one of my rules in my new book called The Sales Game. I said sales is a form of leadership. Why? Because you will sell more than the customer buys. So in every single interaction with a customer, you are the leader on the call. You want to know why? Because you sell your product all freaking day. The leader only buys once. You will always sell more than the buyer buys. But Daniel, it's only my 9th week. Yes, you've already sold 3 policies. You've sold more than the buyer has ever bought. They only buy 1 or 2 policies for their whole life. Okay, but Daniel, I've never even sold a policy. It's my 9th day. Doesn't matter. You've still been on the phones for 9 days straight. You are a leader. How the heck do you get on a phone call and you don't have confidence? You sell more than a customer ever buys. You lead the conversation. When you get on a phone call and you're doing a Zoom meeting with them, how the heck is it that I'm training a team this weekend in Miami? I'm with Andy this weekend, and me and Andy are training a team in Miami. We're doing a mastermind. And I said, guys, open up your Zoom. And everybody's looking at me. I'm like, fake, open up your Zoom. Open up your Zoom, start a meeting with me, go. How do you introduce the meeting? Hey, Daniel, it's so good to meet you, man. So have you ever had insurance before, blah, blah. I said, that's what a leader does. That's how you sound as a leader. I said, how is that? I said, why would I want to buy a product off of you? They say yes to you before they say yes to the business. No. This is how you open up a phone call. I said, if you suck at opening, you suck at closing. Most people suck at the open and the hook, so they're weak at closing. The close is the easiest thing in the world. There's no good kiss in the world that will ever outperform a shitty date. Let me just cut it for the guys on this call. Doesn't matter if you're the best at making love or you're the best kisser in the world. If the date sucks, you can't get the kiss. So everybody, when they're on these like one line closing lines, it doesn't matter. A master closer is a master opener. So what I was doing with them, I said, okay, forget about dealing with objections and learning how to close a deal. We have to learn how to open up a meeting. It's a form of leadership. We have to lead in the first 5 seconds. See, back then, we used to lead people and they walked into a car dealership. You used to hold the chair open for them and say, sit right there. Would you like a glass of water? We can't do that sometimes when we're virtual. So what do? We lead with our words. Hey, by the way, Janet, yes, nice to meet you. My name's Daniel G. Thank you so much, by the way, for taking time to meet with me for, 15 minutes. First of all, I just want to manage expectations. In order for this to go smooth as possible, number one, I just want to better understand who you are. Look, I'm mastering the open. And if it doesn't sound like this, it better sound something like this. I just want to better understand who you are and what you're using right now. Number one. Number two, I want to better understand if we can actually help you. If I can't help you and get you something better than what you currently have, I'm probably going to end the call within 2 to 3 minutes. If I'll find that out very fast. If I could, I'll show you what the single father like yourself has been using and what policy we put them in. That way, whenever you're ready to get started with us, you have us in the back of your pocket for the future. Is that cool? Yes. Okay, so I sold them the exit. So they know they could talk to me freely, like they don't have to buy something, do something, or sell something on the call, so now they're relaxed. That's off the opening. Record it. That's any opening conversation. I don't give a shit if I'm selling this phone. Hey, by the way, Carol, yes, thank you so much for sitting down and taking the time to, better understand if our phone provider can actually beat your current phone provider. By the way, before anything, I just want to manage expectations. I don't want to be like an FBI agent, but I do want to understand your policy, why you chose it, and how much, what you're getting right now. If I do feel like we could do better, let me show you some game plans that we put in place. Some phone plans that we put in place for somebody like yourself, Daniel, that has a business. If I don't feel like I can help you, and I'll know that within 5 to 10 minutes, I'll just give you some other phone plans, maybe some other friends that can direct you in the right position. Is that cool? Yeah, perfect. So whenever you are ready to change one phone plan to another, you have us in the back of your pocket for the future. That means you could talk to me freely and you don't have to buy something today, so you're relaxed. That's it. But Daniel, don't have to show them that they have to close towards the end of the call. No, you just got to show them that, hey, by the way, talk to me. If you talk to me, I can get all the info from you. I can close you easily. Most people suck at the opening, so they suck at closing. So I'm just saying sales is an act of leadership. You're always leading people, right? And Ronnie, let me know if I could talk more about leadership for a second. I want to make sure that I'm just on the right path with everybody on how to duplicate, scale, and grow a team. We're good? I can't see you guys.
Yes, sir, man.
All right.
You've got the best of the best in here. These are our top guys in a team that does 4 million a month. You've got the best of the best in here. So take it away.
All right, let's take this shit to double. Let's go. Step number one. I'm sitting down now with this team, 2018. I'm building out this team. I don't know if you guys ever experienced this. Maybe 3 to 5 people on this call experience this. Maybe some of you guys are all cold hard killers. But I'm sure you've done this in your life. You've recruited 7 people on a team. Some way, somehow, it went to 5 people. And then you're like, shit, let me recruit another 3. So now you're at 8. Some way, somehow, maybe it jumped down to 2. And you're like, man, why doesn't everybody work like my boy in the office and sleep in the office like the killer in your guys' office? I forget your name, bro. Shu, Habibi, what's your name? I forget. Anyways, why doesn't everybody work
King
like
Mo.
this guy? What is it?
King Mo.
Sean Mason.
Shit, I can't. Okay, Sean Mo. I can't. I don't know what I heard, but so why? Mo. So why isn't everybody like you, a maniac like me? And then you go recruit people. You have 9, and then like you shoot down to 1. Shit. Sometimes you recruit people and you get negative. And this was my business. Sometimes you recruit people and you're like, why don't these people work as much as I do? I don't know. Maybe you're one of those numbers that don't work hard. I hope you're not. But if you've ever had attrition inside a business, step number 1, that was me. I recruit 9. I'm like, why am I the guy sleeping on the couch? Why aren't these guys sleeping on the couch with me? What the heck's happening? Why aren't these because you can never teach somebody how to be hungry. You just can't. You can't teach an individual how to be hungry. You can teach them everything, but the only thing that you can't put inside of that person is hungry. That can't be done, right? Nobody should ever want success more than you want success. So then you start being weird. Like you start lowering your standards. You're like, maybe I'm training them too hard. No. Let's keep going for a second. So I'm looking at this graph and then I start to realize step number 1, how to build confidence. Business starts from 0. Even if you recruit 20 people and you're left with 3, you didn't freaking lose. Why? Because you're monitoring the wrong point. You're monitoring where you are to where you were. You're supposed to monitor where you are to where you started. Step number 1. I always monitor where I am today to where I started. And usually there's growth. Step number 1. Step number 2, leadership styles. So every single person has a certain why as to why they joined the business. Most people, because they're not intimate with the people that they recruit and they don't know why they do things, and they don't have a level of relationship, there's no depth of relationship. You will start to notice people leave maybe a year or 2 years down the road because the depth of the relationship isn't strong. The depth, meaning hey, by the way, a problem that they have at home. What do you know personal things about this person? The depth of the relationship. Why am I saying that? So I start recruiting people leave. I recruited 5 people left. One day I go to my grandfather. My grandfather had a construction company back in Toronto, Canada. I'm like, no, the only guy I talked to, my only mentor. And I said, what the heck would you do when sometimes I think I'm being too friendly, so I go for dinner with them and I'm like, no, I'm being too friendly. Sometimes I think I'm being too hard, so then I'm not too hard on them. I'm lowering the standards. What the heck do you do? Because I just want to keep people inside my organization for 6 months. And he said, well, what do you mean? I said, if somebody could just see the vision that I see for 6 months, they will freaking stay with me. I said, what do I do to just keep these people with me for 6 months? He's like, that's why people aren't staying with you. I'm like, what do you mean? He's like, because nobody gets into sales to stay where they're at, and you're trying to keep people. What was the point of you hiring them in the first place? Was to make these people millions of dollars. If your attitude is, how can I keep this person in my organization? And hopefully they can do $5,000, $10,000 a month. And you're already thinking that before you hire that individual, you've already killed yourself before you recruited that individual on your team. Because the first initial thought was, how do I drive this person to $50,000 a month? And if that is the only thing that goes through your head, then you can never, you will never outperform the thought that goes inside of your head, right? He said your leadership style, and he didn't say it like this, but everything follows the moment you think about that person when they're sitting in front of your chair and you're interviewing them. I said, damn, I was trying to keep people instead of trying to grow people. People would literally come inside of my organization and want to make $10,000 a month. And I'm like, hopefully I could just make this person 3. So my whole thing changed. My whole style said, I said, holy shit, I'm trying to keep instead of trying to grow. My income exploded. Why? Because I would sit people down and all I could see is $100,000 monthly vision for them even when they couldn't see it themselves. I could see a vision that they can never see. I'm like, holy shit, this person's destined for $100,000. Instead of trying to keep people, my focus was on a keeping mentality instead of a growth mentality. So what do both things differently look like? A growth mentality. Here's what a growth mentality looks like. Step number one, every single leader that ever recruits somebody into a business has to do this with their team. And I'm going to show you what I mean by this. Bob, yes, you've been in the business for how long? I've been in the business for 7 months. Okay, great. Let's map out the business right now. This is called prospecting over the phone, lead genning, whatever the case is, right? This is called your conversations. This is called presenting. This is called closing. This is called follow-up inside of your pipeline. And this is called building and or referrals, right? So like, how do you get a referral from a policy that you sold, or how do you turn that person into a builder? There's only really two routes, right? By the way, this is where all the money's made inside of life. You master this, you become a millionaire inside of life, right? The money is not made in this part. This is where you're still a sales rep. That was my dad. My dad was great at sales, but because he didn't know how to build, he still has to sell for his whole life. But that's a different subject for a different day. So I look at these seven, I look at this guy and I say, okay, Bob, how much are you making every single month? Well, I'm making $10,000 a month. This is every time. I do this every day with my team. All right, cool. How much do you want to make next month? I want to make $20,000 a month. All right. Question number 3, why the heck haven't you already done it? Yeah, you want to make the 20. Why the fuck? How much you want to make this month? $100,000. Nice. What are you making right now? I'm making $35,000. Why didn't you make $100,000? Well, you know, I'm just stuck at recruiting better people inside of my organization. Whoa, here we go. I want you guys to think of your income right now, okay? Let's say your income is $7,000 a month right now, okay? And you want to go to $15,000 a month. Just do this alone. You don't have to do this with your leader. If you were to think, where am I getting stuck right now? Like, where am I getting stuck? And most people will be like, well, I got to recruit more people to sell more. Daniel, I can't recruit more people. Like, I need to recruit more people. Prospect, you need to prospect more people? Okay, that's a complaint, not a problem. That's a complaint. Why? I'm going to show you guys the difference between growth mindset and stagnant mindset. If I go ask somebody, where are you struggling inside of their business? And you say, well, I'm struggling closing towards the end of the deal. That's a complaint, not a problem. If somebody says, I have struggles recruiting people, that's a complaint, not a problem. Why? Because it's not specific enough. And if you're losing that language, then your team's going to use that language with you. Your problem is not specific enough. It's a generic complaint. Do you know how big of an area recruiting is inside of your business? Do you know how big of an area is closing inside of your business? Do you know how big of an area of follow-up is inside of your business? If you generalize the term, you're going to have a generalized and blurred paycheck. This is how you make money inside of the business. You figure out the specific problem. So when somebody tells me, Daniel, I have trouble recruiting, don't let the door hit you on the way out. That is a generic complaint. So a good leader, step number 1, they have a no complaint policy. They only have a problem policy. A good leader loves this. They don't like that. Why didn't you sell $1,000 today on the phones? Well, you know, just hard for people to pick up the phone. Okay, bad. That's a complaint. Why didn't you sell $1,000 on the phone today? Well, when I was dialing people, every time I pick up with them, in the first 5.5 seconds, they would hang up because I think I was doing something. We got a specific problem. You're telling me now the actual problem of what happened while you were prospecting. Specific problem. Why? Because I could deal with that. That can come to a conclusion. See, the better you get at talking even to your upline, the better you get at leading. And your income just dramatically shifts. Everybody inside of their life focuses on complaining, not a problem. If you guys could just think of one thing, a specific problem, what do I give to my uplines and my mentors? Do I give them complaints or do I give them problems? Because a complaint just looks like this. Hey, doctor, yeah. I think I need a knee brace. My knee's really hurting. Your knee's hurting. Yeah, my knee's hurting. Like, I think I need to go in for knee surgery. So I go into the doctor's office complaining. All right. That's it, your knee? Yeah, that's it, my knee. Okay, perfect. Daniel, can you do me a favor? Yeah, for sure. Can you step on the scale? No, doc, my knee. I don't need to jump on this. You just step on the scale. Watch Leadership 101. Okay, bad doctor. Okay, Daniel. Well, here's a knee brace, and maybe you can go do an MRI or an X-ray for your knee. Good doctor. Can you step on the scale? No, doc, my knee. I know, but Daniel, can you step on the scale? He's going to the problem. Wait, okay. All right. Oh, okay. You're 165 pounds. You're 5 foot nothing, Daniel. You were at 150 pounds about a year ago. Okay. I'm over a bit 5 foot nothing, but not pushing, just pushing it. So he's like, dude, you were 150 pounds a year ago. Shit, man, you've gained like 15, 20 pounds. Yeah, doc, my knee. Enough about the weight, my knee. No, okay, I got it. I'll get you off an MRI thing. Daniel, I ask you one more question. Yeah. What's your diet and routine look like right now? Doc, what do you mean a diet and routine? I don't have a diet and routine. I've been traveling for the last 2 years. I'm in Italy. I'm freaking in Lebanon. I'm eating good. Okay. I don't have a diet. I don't have a routine. Okay. Well, you don't have a diet or you don't have a routine. No, I don't have a diet or routine. I'm traveling right now. I don't have a diet and routine. Okay. So he's like, so you have no nutrition and you're not working out. Your diet's off and your fitness is off. I'm like, yes. I just need a freaking knee brace. He's like, got it. I have one more question. I'll get you out the knee brace. He's like, dude, hey, by the way, how much you sleeping every single night? I'm like, sleep. I'm like, doc, nothing. Like 3 to 4 hours a night. Why are you sleeping 3 to 4 hours a night? Man, I'm stressed out at work, blah, blah, blah. So you're sleeping 3 to 4 hours a night. Yeah, I'm stressed out at work. What are you stressed out about, man? Oh, me and my business partner, we got these problems, business partner. I'm like, doc, but I need a freaking knee brace. He's like, no, I get it. What kind of problems you have with your business partner? Oh, we're looking to sell off one part of the business. He said, Daniel, forget about the knee brace. He's like, my friend's a business consultant. Here's his number. You should go hire him. I'm like, bro, what do you mean? I said, doc, what do you mean? He says, you don't need a freaking knee brace. You need a business consultant. He said, because if you get a business consultant, you would sleep more. If you slept more, your diet and nutrition would be more focused and dialed in. If your diet and nutrition was more dialed in, you would lose your 20 pounds. If you lost your 20 pounds, you wouldn't have fucking knee problems anymore. Yeah. Okay, that's life. I gave you guys life in one analogy. Every single fucking person that is young right now wants to jump to the complaint. Every person that is actually going to make money inside a business always does this on themselves. And I gave you guys an analogy. Hopefully you guys can see it where you're now thinking about your business and you're like, wait, if I actually want to get to the next step inside of my business, how do I become core root problem focused? You get to the root of the problem fast. That means when a downline comes to you, when a downline comes to Ronnie, the problem does two things. Number one, it doesn't pass Ronnie. This is Ronnie. It never passes him, number one. You never pass off a problem. Number two, it goes deep once it hits Ronnie. A true leader, the problem stops at them, it goes deep and it stops at them. That's a leader. The problem comes to me, the problem stops to me, and it doesn't go anywhere else. I solve it now. I give the advice now. I give them plan of action now. First thing. Second thing is, I go deep. I go core root on problem. This is my problem. This is my problem exercise. You guys understand the reason why I'm showing you this is because in life, you don't get paid by making sales. This is like the outer thing. Like we think we get paid. We think we become millionaires by becoming good sales reps or like owning a business. This is the only way you get paid inside of life. There's only 3 ways. Way number 1, personal problems. I'm going to show you every single fucking person's income inside of life, and you're going to understand this. Rule number 3, someone else's problems. Rule number 2, someone else's problems. So number 1, you can solve your own problems. Number 2, someone else's problems. So what does that mean, personal problems? You ready for levels of paychecks? I'm going to show you right now. Levels of paycheck. This is very simple. And I see a distinction even in my company. I don't got to really walk outside. Person that makes $3,000 that's new inside of the company, $2,000 to $3,000 a month. You don't ever have to look at how much people are making inside of life. Just look at their language. You don't have to see their income. You could just, by their language, I could see their income. If we're sitting down in the office and the forks are not in the bag of the Uber Eats, the broke person is the person that's complaining. That's the broke person. I don't got to look at their bank account. I just know where they are. Why? How the fuck does that equate to money? The Uber Eats delivery guy is either late or they didn't put in utensils. Give me the hands. This was 2 days ago. Somebody's complaining about forks in a bag. Forks. Hey, they didn't bring forks. Let me call them back. Bro, there's a sink. What are you eating? Steak and rice? You wash your hands, get it, eat. There's a Zoom call. Yo, what yo? Who's around? Where's the lady for the date? Nobody's around. Put the rice in your hand, eat it with steak. Done. Let's get on. Let's move. Why? The problems that you have inside of life are completely equated to people's income. That's your problem inside of life. The steak came out a little bit medium rare and you wanted it in rare. I don't know. Fuck. How does it? Most people's problems inside of life, you will start to see have no equation to anything that's going to go past and making $1 growing their bank account. Nothing. To most people's problems inside of life. So the first question you have to ask yourself is, what triggers me? That's the first question. I ask myself this. And by the way, I'm not perfect, but I ask myself this question. The reason why I'm at this income right now is because I'm getting triggered by something that the person that makes $10 million a month doesn't get triggered by. The reason why I'm at this income right now, I don't care if you're Blake on this phone call and you're stuck at $5,000 a month, you're getting triggered by things that a person at $100,000 a month just doesn't get triggered by. Whether it's personal, relationship-wise, from the Uber Eats guy, I'm telling you this, but when you can master personal problems, phase number 2 inside of life, you want to look at your income, is you master other people's problems. You will start to get to a bracket probably of $10,000 plus a month. You don't get paid by working harder. What a misconception inside of life. If you go into McDonald's right now and you're flipping burgers and Sally's flipping burgers, you don't get paid by flipping faster than Sally. No. But you could be like, yo, bro, Sally's flipping like an idiot. I'm flipping fast. Why am I getting... Dude, I don't care what you mean. You just keep flipping burgers. And even if Sally sucks at flipping the burger and she's horrible at putting on the ketchup and you're so precise, you and Sally still get paid the same. Holy shit, what a lie school taught us. School taught us this. They never taught us this. School said if you work hard and if you're smart, you'll make more. Yeah, my ass. I was working hard. I'm flipping burgers faster. I'm faster than Sally. I'm smarter than Sally. I put the ketchup on better, but me and Sally both get paid $12 an hour. Tell me how that works out. I'm getting lied to. Why? Because if I go to the manager and I say, yo, Bob, yeah, bro, how the heck is Sally getting paid 12 and I'm getting paid 12? By the way, I'm not being biased towards the Playbook Agency. I'm saying in life, this is how you get paid. Bro, how do I tell my manager, how the heck am I making 12 and she's making 12? Oh, you want to make more money? Yeah. Okay. But I flip faster than Sally, dude. I work harder than Sally. I have a better flip than Sally and my ketchup's better. So what? Why aren't I getting 15 an hour? Oh, you want to make 15 an hour? Yes, I want to make 15 an hour. Okay, great. If you want to make $15 an hour, you don't got to work harder. You don't got to be smarter. You got to increase your responsibility. What does that mean? Oh, maybe Daniel, you got to open up the cashier and close at nighttime. Maybe you got to sweep the floors. You got to increase your level of responsibility. You increase your pay. School has never taught us this. You know what school taught us? Our parents taught us to work harder. School taught us to be smarter. And that's exactly how we've been enslaved into society. Nobody's ever told us, you want to make more money? Increase your level of responsibility. When you increase your level of responsibility in your problem solving, that's how you make more money inside of life. The more money you make, the better you are at solving problems for yourself and other people. That's it. You increase your response. Your paycheck is just a reflection of your responsibility. It's not a reflection of your skills. It's not a reflection. I know this shit is easy. The work ethic thing, anybody can stay in the office. Okay, great. Anybody can learn a script. Okay, great. The question becomes, personally, how good are you at solving your own problems? Number 2, watch, I'm going to show you right now inside of our business. You want to go to $10,000 plus a month? How good are you at leading other people to solve their problems? Do you get mad when people don't work? How good are you at training and duplicating? Okay, now you get to a $10,000 monthly income. Who's the guy making $100,000 plus? How the heck does somebody like Sean step inside of the business and make millions inside of business? He's in stage 3. What's stage 3 mean? You know how to get somebody else to solve somebody else's problem. That's called coupling people together. What is that? Emotional intelligence at its highest form possible. You could teach somebody else how to solve somebody else's problems at the deepest root possible. And that's where you become a beast inside a business. Nobody's taught us this. You know what they told us? Be smarter, work harder. Nope. You want to look at your paycheck for the day? Okay, ask yourself this. Look at this. So simple. Okay, how many problems did I solve for my customers? How many problems did I solve in my team? That's your paycheck. It's very interesting. My worst days are my best days. Meaning my worst days with the most problems end up in the highest income. Somehow, some way. Or my worst weeks end up in my highest paying weeks. Or my worst months end up in my highest paying months. The most problems I have end up in the most money. So mindset shift. Shift number one is this. Most people wake up in the morning, you know what they say? God, please don't give me one problem today. Bro, last night you went to bed and just prayed for more money. And now you wake up in the morning and you're saying, God, I'm going to block my best blessing from last night. You should say, give me 2, give me 3, give me 4. That's the way I'm trying to show people like just what, first of all, gets you triggered, number one. Number two, how many problems did you solve for somebody else today? That's a reflection of your paycheck. It's not, I'm going to work harder, I'm going to be the smartest. Skills are going to be taught in this business regardless. Ronnie, and you guys have the literally playbook to success. The problem is, if you just ask yourself this today, literally, it's the end of the evening right now, just be real with yourself. How many problems did I actually solve for somebody else? Like, did I have the ability to solve my problems of my clients and somebody on my team? Can I get my team to move the needle forward? If not, my paycheck reflects it. I'm not even saying going into phase 3 right now. Phase 3 is learning how to teach somebody else to solve somebody else's problem. I'm just saying phase 1 and 2. What are the problems that get you mad? Like, really, what ticks you? Oh, by the way, if you want to measure your level of personal problems, don't measure it with strangers. Measure it with the closest people around you. So if you got a girlfriend or boyfriend, that's how you measure your trigger. Why? Because they know how to poke at you the best. Your girlfriend and boyfriend know how to poke your buttons the best. So the way you react to them is the way you react inside of business. They are your test, by the way. Your people around you are just your reflectors. So if anybody's close around you and you want to see how good of a leader you are, just go look at the way you get the way you react to the closest people around you. It's your business paycheck. So number one, I always say, first 3 levels of problems, just categorize yourself. Number 2, do problems end at you? Number 3, do you go on a deep core root of your problems? Like, are you real with yourself? Meaning, like, do you get to the bottom of it or you just complain? And do you have a policy where you walk inside of the office, because inside of your guys' office, you operate like a number 1 championship team. So you can't walk around and the championship team and be like, shit, man, ain't nobody picking up the phone. Yo, get out of the office. Leave. Like, there has to be a 0 complaint zone. Nobody's picking up yo, get out of the office. It's complaint. We can't outperform that. Yo, nobody in Philly wants to do it. Get out of the office. Leave. Get out of here. I don't care if you're $1 million earner. Get out. We got to have you out of here. Because you can't outperform a complaint. Watch this. And by the way, some of your complaints will stay in your head and you're scared to say it inside of your organization. But even if it's laying inside of your head, you'll never take opposite action of your complaint. So if you said right now, yo, nobody wants to do insurance right now. They don't want to come to the office. They only want to do it remote. My ass. Are you kidding me? If I was in Philly right now, and I don't care where you guys are, but if I'm staying in Philadelphia and Ronnie has an office in Philadelphia, I'm 21 years old, and he has an office, I'm filling that shit up. The only thing I'm thinking about is I'm like, damn, I want to make this 55,000 square feet, 100,000 square feet. It's so easy. Why? Because everybody walks around with the sign on their head saying, please help me make more money. But you're thinking, okay, watch this. 2 people inside of life. One guy's like, yo, man, nobody wants to make more money. Are you? Dude, nobody wants to go make more money. Okay, good. You get inside of the elevator and you're thinking about your complaint. Man, how am I going to recruit people? Then Daniel G walks in the elevator. Holy shit. Who am I going to freaking bless today? They don't even know what we got going on. They don't even know what we got going on in this office. Hey, how you doing? High five. Where the heck did you get those heels? You going to a fashion show? You better get paid by being an influencer or something. What do you do for a living? You're a badass. You should meet Janelle inside of my company. You and Janelle, she's looking for a lot of female badasses. I think you're about your business. What's your name? Kara, what's your number? Put it in my phone. I'm going to connect you with Janelle. Have a good day. Bye. Yeah, you want to know why? Because you can't outperform the complaint. My thought process is everybody wants to make more money. I don't even care if you're the influencer with 350,000 followers. You're probably broke, busted, and disgusted at this point. You used to make money in 2022. You're not making money now. You guys don't understand. You guys are probably the only profession in the world where you can literally walk around and everybody could be your customer. They could be a business partner and a customer. You know, just that at bat, by you walking by somebody and not offering them an opportunity, it's almost like you're not grateful for your opportunity. Like, how do you pay McDonald's or Starbucks and you went $7 in debt and you're not going to get a lead back. Oh, I'm waiting for my company to give you leads. Damn right. Okay, your company's going to give you leads, but your lead is right there as well. It's both. It's how do you pay a business and you don't get money in return? That doesn't work with me. Anybody I pay, I'm getting a lead. I'm not going to pay Starbucks $6 for a coffee. I'm not going to get a lead. So the way I see it is this. Number one, if your mind is always problem focused, you will always see humans with a sign on their head. Please help me. I want to make more money. I hate what I currently got going on. Then you recruit everybody. But if your sign is, yeah, I don't know if people need me, you don't talk to nobody. I recruited a lady last week inside of another lady's organization. Heck, I can't do nothing with this lady. She's like, hey, I want to make more money. I said, what the heck do you do? No, she was in fitness. I recruited her into a fitness organization, network marketing. She comes back to me. This is her first network marketing company. I recruit her to another friend. Hey, go talk to this girl. Boom. She starts working with her 2 weeks in. Hey, Danny, yeah, what's up? One of my friends is mad. I said, why? Because I joined under your friend and she's in the company and she wants me to join underneath her. I said, call her and put her on speakerphone. And this girl is a director inside of this organization. Hey, what's up? Good. Hey, guess who recruited that girl into that person's company? Me. But Daniel, you don't work inside of network marketing. I know. Oh, do you think like she can cancel her account and come underneath me? Nope. You should cancel yours though, maybe if you're going to make this mistake 2-3 times. What do you mean? How the heck do you let somebody recruit your friend? Yeah, like shame on you that I was able to recruit your friend and you talk to this lady every single day. I said, how much does that suck that somebody else recruited a friend? Your friend is going to work under somebody else. I said, that's painful, right? I said, you know, I also asked her the question, your friend, I asked her how many times you try to recruit her. She said, none. You brought it up to somebody else. I said, you deserve not to have this friend under your downline. Do you guys know how many people that you assume that they wouldn't want to join? And then like another company goes to recruit them into a sales job. They start selling cards or some shit like that. Are you kidding me? And you want to know why you always ask people 24/7, not just your clients, but everybody else to join you? Because their life changes every single freaking 3 weeks to a month. So my thing is like, you can never control the timing of when somebody becomes a leader. You can never control the timing of when somebody works, and you never control the timing of when somebody joins or pays you. But you can only control your ask, but you can never control the timing. Most people that lose inside of leadership, they try to control when somebody's going to blow up. They try to control when somebody's going to sign up. Nope. You never control the timing of when somebody blows up. You only control your efforts of leading that person, and you only control your efforts of recruiting people, but you never control the timing of when people sign up. That's why you always talk to people. You guys know my story when I said my first organization that I joined, it took me 2 months. I told one guy, F off, I'm not joining the scam. It's a pyramid. I'm 14 years old at this point. I said, this is a pyramid. I start dating this new chick. I'm 14. She says, let's go out to the movies. I said, oh shit, I'm broke. I can't go out to the movies. The first sign that said, if you want to make $500 to $1,000 a month, sign up here. I go sign up. I'm like, dude, if this is a scam, scam me. I don't give a shit. I'm broke. My objection changed, by the way. Last month, I told my friend, I don't join pyramids. I asked guys, is this a scam? Scam me. I don't give a shit. I'm already broke. He signs me up. I become the #1 salesman within 8 months. A year later, guy comes up to me, yo, Mini Blood, what's up? You remember me? No, I don't. You remember my name? No, I don't. What's your name? Bro, it's Richard. Okay. Dude, you're crushing it, Mini Blood. My name was Mini Blood. I'm small. He called me Mini Blood. That was my nickname. He said, dude, you're crushing it. You don't remember me? I told you to join. He was my brother's age, 2 years older. He's like, I told you to join this business. It's amazing. I said, dude, you're so stupid. He said, why? I said, bro, I made Yusuf or my upline $17,000 in commissions that you missed out on in the first year because you only asked me once or twice. But what you didn't know is I needed it on the 3rd month when I started dating and somebody else recruited me in. So the lesson in that is great leaders, they follow up consistently because they know the timings of people change and they don't have to be the best sales reps. They just got to have the best follow-up cadence with people. They always got to mention it. They always got to call people and walk by product. Hey, by the way, Bob, I know you're busy this month. Did anything change, by the way? Are you still working? No, I'm still working. Great. I need to onboard another 6 people by the end of next Friday. Can you get me in contact with everybody? You're really all in inside of your business? Yeah, I am, Daniel. I'm all in inside of my business. Okay. Well, if you're all in inside of your business, did you do this last Friday? Hey, what's up, Carly? It's Daniel G. I'm just sitting down in my office right now. I don't know how the heck we haven't connected, but I had you as a Facebook connection and an Instagram connection, but I just want to let you know I'm late on this, so apologies, that I'm inside of our organization right now where, it's in office, also remote, and we're hiring a lot of people in office and virtually. I know this may not equate to you. I've seen your profile that you're working right now at this XYZ job, but if you know like 3 to 4 people that would love to get on a hiring call next Friday, would love that. If not, hey, completely understand. Much love to you and your family. Hope everything's doing well. I just seen that you have a baby. Have an amazing day. That was a 35-second video message. You're all in. Did you send 250 of those messages last Friday to every Facebook and Instagram connection that you've ever had? Yeah? Well, because that's what a business owner does. That's how a business owner gets 19 referrals of people being like, no, I don't know anybody. But that's how you get in the pocket of another person. Because when you're in the pocket and Barbara is sitting down with Carly and Carly's like, hey, Barbara, you should talk to Daniel G. Yeah, if you're not in Carly's pocket, you don't get the referral. So I'm saying this is a true leader is an all-in in every single area of their life, right? Because you don't lead by just telling people what you're doing. You lead by, hey, by the way, guys, this is what I did last Friday because I don't have a social media of 95,000 people. Stop looking at people on social media and being like, I'm going to do what they do. No, I guarantee those people on social media are not doing those 275 videos. You know what I mean? Like there's always another strategy. It's not just like one size fits all. I got to have this Lamborghini. No, you don't. You already have 290 warm leads that you can connect with on Instagram. And everybody's always looking for a new job. Anyways, Ronnie, dude, I can't wait. I got to come down to Philly, bro. We got to run an event soon. I want to come down to Philly so we can do a deep dive trading.
Soon, brother. We're going to be in Miami in October. I already told Jamil I'm going to stop by HQ when I'm down there.
Bro, let's do a retreat how about we do a competition between people? I'll talk to you after, but we should make like the top people hit a certain achievement, like the top 10 people, and let's do a retreat down in Miami. I'll host everybody in my office.
We're down, man.
I'll see you there. I'll see you there.
We appreciate you,
I already
man.
know some people that are talking shit.
Drop some ones in the chat for them, guys, if you guys enjoyed the call.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Daniel.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Appreciate you,
Ronnie.
Ronnie. Thank you for having me.
You ever need from me or my team, man, we're always a call away. We appreciate you always. And like I said, man, anything you ever need from the Playbook Agency, just know we're one call away.
Done, bro. I appreciate you guys. Thank you, guys. Thank you.
Sir,
Much
appreciate
love.
you, brother.